All right, this is a series that I want to get into where I'll be taking offensive highlights of games and breaking down the defense. So this is a defensive focused series. I don't believe in using too much technical jargon. I just like to be very straightforward, using common sense and simple terms so that anyone can understand what's happening. So this first game will be from the Dallas Mavs versus the LA Clippers. Game one of the first round of the playoffs. I coached AAU ball. I actually missed this game because I was too busy winning my first championship with my kids. Congrats to us. Here we go. So we see Paul George miss a shot. Looks like man with the rebound. So right away, let's break down what's happening during the shot. That's a great contest. Can't guard that much better. Now look, why are there three guys under the rim for the Mavs trying to get the rebound? Let alone how in the world did man get the rebound? He's smaller than everybody there. No way he should be getting in for an easy rebound. Gotta get a body on him. Gotta box out. So man got the ball, got some options on the perimeter. Looks like he hits Coffee. I mean, he couldn't have went wrong with whoever he passed to, honestly, because everybody was just so open. That's an easy three all day. That doesn't happen if people are getting back and getting on a man. Next play, Luka uses the screen. And let me just say, this game features three of the most unguardable guys in history with James Harden, Luka, and Kyrie Irving. So this should be a masterclass on offense. And I'm going to do my best to offer some advice to defend a lot of what they're doing. For me personally, I'd like Zubats to come up a little higher to cut off that passing lane. This is pretty much 2 points right away for Luka. He's either going to get that pass or the shot. You got Coffee behind his man, behind the play. It's pretty much a wrap. So Luka slows it down a little. About to go to work on Zubac. Again, I already see the 2 points in advance. I mean, easy layup. I didn't expect that. I thought it would be a little harder, but it was a dead play on defense from the moment Coffee got behind everybody. So again, I would have liked Zubats to be a little higher to make it harder for Luka. And worst case scenario, defend a little better. Why is he so far out in the middle of the paint? He should be further towards the block at this point, right here. Hands up. Why is he going for a steal? What are you doing? This is the exact way not to defend this play. And I mean, maybe Harden could come up a little further too to cut off some of that drive. But of course, he's worried about the three in the corner. Moving on. All right, we got Harden ready to go to work. Good hands up by PJ Washington. We got Zubac on the block about to go to work. This is just a standard post-up drill. Gafford's doing his best to maintain him, not get the foul called on him. Need a little more strength, though. I mean, he's just getting manhandled underneath. He got pushed all the way from outside the paint into the circle, like directly in the middle of the circle. I mean, no man's land right there. At least his hand is up. He should be straight up, though. At this point, there's no reason to be trying to get leverage. I mean, you're already under the rim. What else do you want to do? Luka does a decent job getting closer to the ball, but you got to get even closer than that. Zubats is not even worried about him. And that's just easy. He's literally under the rim. He could do whatever he wants at that point. So again, Gafford's got to get a little stronger in the legs, get his leverage early, and then get straight up when you realize that you're outmanned there. Straight up right here. Possibly contested. Next play. Got man dropping it into Zubats again on the opposite block this time. Okay. Again, he's just having his way with Gafford. He could have pushed him even further if he wanted, but he kind of stopped his dribble. Went for the spin. Goes up. Another easy two. I think they saw early on Gafford's about to be, as Shaq says, barbecue chicken. Harden's got it. Brings it back. Fakes. Starts his drive. Luka gotta close that gap. Too much space for Harden to work. And granted, it's Harden's weak hand, but you know Harden's a professional basketball player. You gotta be ready to stop both hands. Harden can go right around him easy. Good help over there by, I think that's Lively. But Lively can't guard two men. Like, come on, Luka. And then you got Zubats with the easy two. I mean, Zubats is MVP so far. Barely 4 minutes into the game. He's getting all these points. This all started with Luka's bad positioning. He's got to get more to Harden's right. Cut that right off. Seems counterintuitive, but you got to force him back to the left because you got help over here with Lively. This shouldn't have happened. Next play. You got Harden on the opposite corner, driving into two people, which causes everyone to collapse onto him, worried about him and the ball. They leave Coffee open. Coffee, very unselfishly, is already prepared to pass before he even gets the ball. I love that on offense. I think that's Derrick Jones there, responsible for two men, unfortunately. And I can already assume Paul George is going to take advantage of that for three. Yes, sir. So he needed help quicker from PJ. PJ, I don't know what PJ is doing. You either got to stay on man or get close to the Paul George. We don't need your help down low. What are you doing? Get on Paul. You're giving him too much space. Good closeout, but as you see, too late. Almost doesn't count. Next play. We got Luka in motion. Steps back, fakes, goes straight up. I mean, not a lot you can do. That's the wrong man for the assignment. Man, literally, man, too short for him. That's easy. We can move on. We got a double team on Paul George. Paul George with the pass into the paint. Zubac is too deep for them. So you already know what's going to happen there. I think that was Kyrie on him. I mean, that's not going to work. Good double team, but I'm seeing a theme here with Luka just too lax. He's not putting any pressure. He's just showing a body. That's it. He's not really doing anything. I'm not even sure why he put his hands up. He really didn't even put his hands up. He couldn't even do that all the way. If he was able to get more of the pressure and then Lively could drop back, that could be a steal. So they kind of did this backwards. Luka's not even concerned about Harden. He's not really relevant. He's useless here. All right, next play, we got Harden on Luka. I mean, this is barbecue chicken on the perimeter because you already know Luka's rep on defense. So let's just sit back and enjoy. Harden's deciding what he's going to do. He's already got Luka putting his weight on the wrong foot. So Harden's able to just go fully left, which is his strong hand, obviously. You got a man open in the corner, looks like Westbrook, and I'm pretty sure it's going that way. Harden's about to run into five guys. Open guy. Bomb. Again, it starts with Luka, unfortunately. You got a weak link, and they're going to attack that every time. Luka's got to get more balanced. Moving towards his right, Harden's left to cut that off or make Harden do something else. Harden with the notorious arm out. I mean, at that point, there's nothing you could do. Ref's not calling that. The help was just there in case he went for a layup, but they got to get up and stop him from driving, period. So he's at the free throw line making that pass. That's early. Next, Harden full court. Drive, bump on Luka. That's some of the best defense I've ever seen from Luka, honestly. Stopped him. Now, Luka's a big guy, so for him to be pushed back like that is actually putting some pressure on the refs. The refs could have possibly called something on Harden there, so that's pretty solid. Call it a flop if you want, whatever. I think that was a good play. But unfortunately, you're leaving too much space for Harden to work. You're going to make that calculation to bounce off. You either need help there or get back in front of him quickly, which Luka does try, but nothing you can do with that shot from Harden. So if I'm being picky, I would just say get closer to him at all times. Stay close to him at all times. All right, you got Luka with the ball, step back. I mean, that's a quick sequence. Not much we could do. One man play there. And you got your center on, which you do like there for the contest. But better offense. Whenever this happens, I just always say, got to be closer. Nothing else you could say. This is the NBA. Guys get a millimeter of space, and that's too much. All right, Harden at the half-court line. That's a bad screen, but just the fact that he was there was enough to get the defender a little rattled. And if you're going to set a screen like this, you got to get more to your right to make that a more useful screen because the defender is basically untouched to get back to Harden. Unfortunately, he takes such a wide route to get to Harden. At that point, you just got to switch. And I think he's trying to make up for what just happened, but you're making the play worse because now you're giving more space to the open shooter for Harden to pass to. But let's see what Harden does with it. Harden slows it up, just takes a shot. And that's our star suspect again, Luka, on defense. You see he's going forward with the arm. He's got to go up. You're not trying to get a steal here. You got to go up. He's going up too late. You got to go straight up. Guys are going forward, I guess, to try to cover the eye, but you got to go straight up. You got to block the rim, not his eyes. You're too far to block his eyes. There's too much court to look at. I'd rather a contest than no contest at all. Don't get me wrong, but you got to go straight up. I'm being very picky with these reviews. There's no extra credit. All right, that's just a three-pointer. Now, and I could have been disrupted a little bit earlier had, I think that's Exum, gotten on his guy a little bit better and not lost Harden, but he did have Luka to cover for him. Got Harden again. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of Harden tonight. So we got Harden using his dribble to open up his strong side and get the defender off balance. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if he was trying to trip him or what, but it looks like he's guarding the audience. Like, what are you doing? He's facing the ref. Harden's gone at this point. This is over. I mean, there's really no lane for him to pass to, so I'm assuming this is going to be a floater. Maybe he stops and pulls up or gets to the rim. Okay, floater, as I first suspected. Easy. Now, me, as a help defender, and I think that's Kleber in this case, he's got to see that from a mile away, that Harden's about to be gone. So get up. He's backing up. He's got to go forward. Even Hardaway, I think that is. Hardaway could have got up on Harden. They're all going backwards. Sorry, plays over. Harden calling out some action. This is a decent setup. We got protection right behind the main defender on Harden. Harden's calculating. And he's just such a great offensive player. He's able to make room for himself with that step back. Bad shot, but it's Harden, so works. It's good defense. Again, I don't like defenders jumping forward. I'd rather you go up. I also would rather Kleber use his right hand on Harden's left. He's going left on left, which bought Harden a split second of airspace, and that's all day. We got a play here as they're showing an interview with Kyrie. Westbrook drives around. Basically 3 defenders. Still got the speed after all these years. And the hops for the dunk. Somebody's got to slide left. Quick and hard. The third defender is no excuse for that. I mean, yeah, he's worrying about his guy, but you got to help up top. You got to get in front of the rim. That's a wide open lane. And Westbrook is at the high post at this point. He's already passed 3 guys at the high post. That first line on the paint. And then Luka, I mean, I'm going to keep criticizing him, man, until he gets better. He's got to defend. What is he looking at him for? That's 4 guys involved in getting blown by. Next, Paul George walks in. 2 guys close in on him. He gives it up right away. Great job. That's what I like to teach. Double team means someone's open. Get it to him quick. Don't think about it. Be decisive. That looks like Powell. He had the shot, but doesn't want it. Catches Kyrie going for what he thought was a shot. Powell drives in, pulls up. That's 2. Good offense. Kyrie just guessed wrong. It's tough on that play. Can't really knock him for that. At least he didn't jump, so he did have time. So right away, you see he's not shooting, turn around. Get back in front of him, or somebody's got to help. You see he's beat. It's a team sport, guys. Kyrie could be yelling help right there, right away. Help, switch. Here we got man. He's got the baseline if he wants it, which it looks like he's going to try to take. Good job. Almost good job cutting it off, Kyrie. He just kind of bumped him, but he's already behind him when he bumped him. You got to bump in front of him if you're going to do that. If you're trying to use the baseline as that extra defender, which is the right idea, just Kyrie didn't execute it. Now, 3 guys are literally in the paint. This is unacceptable. Why is man getting a layup there? He luckily missed somehow. I don't know how he missed, but he missed. I mean, he made it a harder layup than it needed to be, but whatever. Second thing that can't happen, an offensive rebound from behind you. Come on. Washington's got to be boxing out here. He's just staring at the ball. He was looking at it to go in, basically. Box out. So Plumlee's jumping over the back for the rebound. PJ is delayed on that, which causes him to be out of position. Plumlee just got to go back up, and that's 2. PJ tried to recover. Plumlee patiently waited to go back up. Layup. There you go. Fundamental. All right, we got an inbound. Westbrook with the ball. We got a big man covering him. He's trying to cover the top, but forgets about the low pass. Man, for some reason, is untouched down the lane. Derek's got to get a body on him. If not, our buddy Luka. Luka is facing him, which is, yes, that's the prerequisite, but he's not doing anything. He's just letting him pass. Get a body on him. Luka, Derek definitely got to get a body on him at this point. Now, Derek is a decent shot blocker, so I'm assuming he believes he has a good shot at rejecting the shot, which he does. So that actually worked out for the Mavs. And you see Luka's off to the fast break, passes ahead to Kyrie, who's probably the number 1 guy in the planet that you want with the ball in this position. He's going untouched, easy layup. I don't say easy layup, but layup, easy for him. So this is actually a play where we convert from offense to defense in our analysis. So we got everyone running back pretty well. We got to sprint. PG got to sprint back. He's too nonchalant there. You got to sprint back harder. He should have been the one contesting that, not Miles. Miles is behind the play. How is he going for the block? That's Paul George's responsibility. Miles should just be ready for the rebound, if anything. Yes, he's the bigger man, but again, Paul is in front. He's got to get in front of Kyrie there. Next play, Luka in motion, which is never a good thing. He stops his motion, but is warranted because he's got a wide open guy under the rim for some reason. Luka gets it to him. Lively's got to go up right away for that dunk, which he does. All right, too late. Zubac was trying to get back. Unfortunately, play's over. I mean, the play started with man being behind him, and it's not his man, but this isn't a great spot to be in. You're behind him, and then you're not really doing anything. You're actually getting in Zubac's way. I mean, Powell is not really near anyone. I'm assuming he's responsible for the guy in the corner, but point is, he's got to be directing. He's got to communicate. Or at that point, just get in front of Lively. Leave your man open in the corner. You'd rather him go for that 3 than an open layup or dunk. Zubac is at fault here, but I'm going to blame man because it started with him. He could have gotten in front of Luka instead of running horizontally with him. And then from there, Zubac got to get back. Got to get to his man. Allow man to stick with Luka. Next play. Man's getting to the top of the paint. Kicks it out to Powell, who's more open than he should be. So let's stop and assess what's happening here. I think that's Kyrie. I'd rather him get out and be covering Powell. He should not be in the paint. Why are you in the paint for? Kyrie was trying to help, to his credit. I'll give him props for that, but unnecessary here. Doing a little too much. You got to stay on your man. Powell fakes the shot as Kleber tries to cover for Kyrie's mistake. Kyrie is actually back in reset position. So Powell kicks it out to Harden, who's open this time. So you see what happens. Kleber was covering for Kyrie's mistake, leaving his man, one of the best offensive guys in the world, wide open. Derrick Jones does the right thing, tries to close out, but too late. Go back the other way. Next play, it's Harden again with the ball, loses the ball. That wasn't even the defender's doing. That was just him being sloppy with the ball. But he gets it back, pushes off, slows things down, creates some space between him and the defender. Goes to work, fakes, goes weak hand, drives. Hardaway, you're on the side of Harden. Got to get in front at all times. I know you might feel a little nervous because you know Harden's going to step back most likely, but make it harder for him. This is actually decent defense here. Hardaway, hands up. Got to be straight up, though. Make yourself as tall as possible. So now you can jump. He's delayed there. I guess he's trying to stay out of foul trouble, which I can't blame him, but you're down a lot. Contest everything at this point. Get up and get high. That was all on Hardaway. No one else to blame there. It was one-on-one the whole way. All right. Pick it up in the middle of the play. Looks like Paul George dribbling around, a little sloppy, but he recovers. No one's in front of him for some reason. I don't know what is going on with this watching. Like everyone's just watching the play happen. You're responsible for this guy. So now Lively has to try to contest, which he does a decent job. And we forgot to box out. I know it all happened so fast. I'm playing a little Monday morning quarterback. It's literally Monday, reviewing the Sunday game, but it's what you need to do. You got to box out. I don't know how many times these players have heard that and how many times I've said it to my players, to box out, meaning get a body on the guy and stop him from advancing towards the ball. It doesn't mean just touch him. It doesn't mean just look at him. You got to actually force him from making any progress to the ball so you can get the rebound, especially when there's a taller guy. Body on him and arms out. Deter him from getting that ball. Make it difficult. Harden walking it up. Zubac sets the screen. Harden takes it to his weak hand. He's driving. Decent overall. But I guess maybe Lively could have his hands up, if anything, because as you see, Harden feels compelled to throw the alley uncontested to a guard. Granted, a great guard with hops, but a guard nonetheless. That can't happen. Untouched to the rim. Westbrook gets the dunk. Easy. Let's do a quick breakdown of that. So like I said, maybe Lively could have had his arms up. And Hardaway, I mean, you're not a center. I don't know why is he guarding the circle. Get on a body. Get on a man. Get closer to Westbrook. You're looking at the ball. You got to be looking at Westbrook or feeling Westbrook in your peripheral. Next play, Westbrook's taking it up. Got 3 men, free throw line extended pretty much. Kyrie tries to bump him, but again, every time they try to get that bump, they're sliding off. They slide into the side. He's got to get in front, maintain the balance, maintain positioning. Because this is just Olay. He's just running by you. And he's got himself a layup. No help back there either. So Kyrie, that's all on you. You got to be in front the entire time. That's how you combat speed, by staying in front and forcing them to go lateral, left and right. Next play, we got man up top. Gives it up to Harden. Good defense. There's no space until Harden bumps him. Pushes off. Refs could call that. I mean, come on. But as they say, it's the playoffs. You're probably not getting that call. And then plays over because you're on the ground. Harden could do anything he wants. Could drive, pass, shoot. He chose to shoot, and that's going in for 3. Worst case scenario, the most points possible. Next play, we got Luka deciding what to do. Looking to create some space. He's pushing off. Man's making it difficult for him, which is good. I don't know why his coffee's so far off of his guy. Man was okay. He didn't need help. But Luka kicks it out. Kyrie goes for the quick 3. Don't even think about it. I got space. Let me take the 3. I'm a good shooter. Next play. Got a man on the opposite side. Near the corner. He's playing around with Kyrie. Got him all out of position. I guess Kyrie was protecting him coming back towards the wing, but you're leaving a lot of space towards the baseline for man to do damage. A little sloppy, but he's still in good position to make something happen. So man kicks it out quickly to Zubac. As you see, his man is focused on protecting the rim as he's anticipating man coming by. And that gives enough room for Zubac to do his thing. Puts up a nice soft floater. Got a jump ball at the free throw line. Ball jumps too early. PJ gets it out to Doncic. In no time gets it out to Kyrie, who's under the rim. Easy. Could have got an N1 if the refs decided to give it. So on that breakdown, it was just not getting back in time. Either Coffee or Zubac. I'll say Zubac because he's closer to the rim. He should have been back there to stop that from happening. Like right here, Zubac should be sprinting back. Kyrie sees that he's got the space and he's got the speed to get past everybody. All right, rebound. Luka brings it up. Continues to bring it up. Too easy. I mean, come on, get in front. Or help. Zubac's got to help. Coffee can't let him get by. He's got to be in front of him. What is this side thing that everyone does? I don't know why everyone does that. Get in front. That's the best chance you have at stopping the play from happening. Too easy for Luka. Come on, off the glass. Luka made it hard for himself. He could have went for the layup if he wanted, but y'all gave him options, so that's on y'all to pay the consequences. Got to get in front. Got to help out. All right, Paul got the ball. PJ's out on him. Good spacing, but again, that dribble gets him off balance. He's frozen for a second, allowing Paul to do what he wants. He can drive by, get stopped, pull up. PJ's obviously nervous. I don't like the arm out. That's unnecessary from Paul. But I guess he felt he wanted to get even more space. So good recovery from PJ. I mean, Paul's being too cute. He had the advantage, but he lost it when he put the arm out for some reason and then stopped on top of that. So PJ's on him. Paul doing a lot of pushing off. But whatever floats your boat. It was enough to stop PJ in his tracks. And then now you see Paul's gone. He got the shot. Hands got to go up, not out, up. Hand up, feet off the floor. Next play. Man bringing it up. Not doing much, waiting for something to develop. Gets it out to Harden. Harden right away sees Zubac's wide open in the paint. No one else in the paint but Zubac's. I don't understand the defense. I don't even understand why Harden ain't getting the ball. Everyone reacting too late, thinking they're going to stop Zubac's for some reason, but Harden decided to go to Paul, who's going to make them pay for 3. You gave up an easy 2, ended up giving up 3. There's a lot of space out there. I guess they're okay with Kleber going for 3 if he wanted it. He didn't want it. Gave the handoff to Kyrie, plus the screen as a cherry on top. Kyrie splits the defenders. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Zubac went out too far to the wing, anticipating Kyrie, who never went that way. You got 3 defenders closing in on him. No one could do anything with him. The entire team. 5 guys there. Look at that. Somebody's got to get on him. But of course, it started with the screen work. Zubac's got to stay further to his right. Kyrie taking it up. Looks like he's going to go drive. Gets Paul on his heels, flying by him. Kyrie had the shot there if he wanted, but he had to add his sauce to it. Drives in, steps back. That's a 2-point free throw for him. So Paul, bigger man, you got to stay in front of him. Make it hard for him. Make him not want to shoot, make him want to pass. I mean, he was just a victim of momentum. Next play, we got Zubac posting up. And it looks like he decided to go all the way post up. The hook. I mean, well played overall by Kleber, but you gave him too much space to shoot. You jumped too late. Got to react quicker. Everything else up to that point was perfect. Body, leverage, hand up. That was perfect. Hand up right exactly as Zubac went up. Only thing is, Kleber didn't leave his feet quick enough. That's all that happened there for me. He didn't make that as hard as possible. He made it 99% as hard as possible for Zubac. That 1% was not jumping quicker. Luka bringing it up. Hesitates. He's got a 3. Decent closeout by Zubac. Trying to cut off the eyesight, but too late. Luka a couple feet back from the perimeter. Luka a foot or 2 behind the line. Hard to guard that. Too much space out there. We got Paul with his back to the basket. See what he does. Drives in, pulls up, passes, fakes the shot. You see Westbrook ready to go in aggressively. So right away, Kleber's got to get up. Got to get up. Cut that lane to the basket down. Got to do it quicker. Kleber did cut a little bit of it down, but got to be quicker, especially dealing with one of the quickest guys in the league. Hands got to be up here. Too much looking at the ball. And this is a double team, so in hindsight, this is actually decent defense by Kleber. Not the best, but pretty decent, because he inadvertently almost stopped the pass from happening. I'd rather Westbrook going up for a layup on the big guy here if I'm the defender, but Westbrook made an unselfish play, passed it, which he doesn't get enough credit for. And then you got, man, wide open three. I don't know, again, what is Luka doing? I might be being too hard on him, but bad position. He's not close to either guy. I mean, what was he trying to stop? He's literally exactly in the middle between the two guys. What was he going to stop? You weren't going to stop Harden if he got the ball. You weren't going to stop Man. So at that point, you just got to gamble. Got to guess. Pick a guy. I'd rather you guess wrong than do nothing. Man's wide open. Either Man was going to make it or Harden was going to make it. But it wasn't all Luka's fault. It was just a little bit Luka's fault. That all started with Kleber. Or I take that back. Exum should have been in front of Westbrook, actually. I was only analyzing Kleber because that's who got the responsibility at that point. But this all started with Exum. Yes, he's helping out, but get in front of the guy. That's your guy. That's not Kleber's guy. Get in front of him. The moment that ball is out, his reaction time is super slow. He's just looking at the pass. He's just looking at Westbrook catch it. If anything, Exum could have been sprinting to either Harden or Man at this point. You're not going to do anything here. You're not going for a block. You see Kleber's already on him. So you got to be thinking, oh, I got to get to my man. I see I got help. You got to trust that you got help there. And that's tough to do, but most people don't do it. They need to do that. You need to trust. Team game, y'all. Next play, Paul about to go to work. Top of the key. Looks like he gets fouled by Luka. I mean, Luka is putting all of his weight on that left foot, and he's done. It's game over. Clear lane to the basket for Paul. Good defense, though. He was going in for the dunk. He had a shot. He had an easy shot there. I'm not sure why did he try to go over two big men. Paid the consequences for that. Good defense. That's how you do that. Shut that down. You trying to get a highlight? No, sir. Not the time for that. Just an unlucky bounce, though. Went right to Zubats for the cleanup. That's unfortunate. Kleber reacted too late. He's got to get back to the rim or in front of Zubac. Underrated right here. Paul boxing him out on offense. That was actually a nice little touch there. Yes, I got blocked, but I'm still going to contribute to the play. I give 100% props to Paul George on that. Really wasn't necessary, but Kleber could have went up for a contest. You never know. So that was great. Next play. All right, so Kyrie's bringing it up, about to go to work. I would say an unnecessary screen for Kleber, but I'd rather guys setting screens than not setting screens when they can. Kyrie's one of the best ever one-on-one, so you like this matchup on Man. Kyrie's going to do what he needs to do. Crossover. Got the baseline. I don't know how Man let that happen. Yeah, you got crossed, but come on. Protect the baseline. Good cover by George, but jump too early. Got to know who you're dealing with. Kyrie goes up and under to the other side of the rim. That's a wrap. Next play, got Westbrook going in. Looks like he loses it, but you can give him credit for the pass. Man right there, wide open. What is Exum doing? What he's doing is just staring at Westbrook for some reason. Two guys are already there. They got that covered. What are you doing? Stay with your man. His back is to the crowd. His back needs to be to Westbrook. You got no business looking at Westbrook. Next play, Kyrie comes up, decides to just pull up. Why not? You're down, you need points. I mean, good defense. This is the first time I can't critique this one. Paul does a good job anticipating him going up for the shot. Paul's actually got hand above the ball, which is great, but better shot, better offense. Maybe Paul picks him up sooner, gets a little closer. You know he can shoot from there, so maybe get a little closer, but I'm honestly not going to really critique that. I'd rather that every time. Kyrie's not going to go 100% on a contested shot from out there, so that's fine. Westbrook gets Kyrie to his weak side. Kyrie, I think, was anticipating a screen, but can't be doing that. Don't assume anything. You know what happens when you assume. You got to stay on Westbrook's strong side. You see the graphic. Kyrie with 20 points this quarter. I mean, terrible defense from the Clippers. You guys are up big. Don't get comfortable. Don't get lazy. So Westbrook's got the advantage on the strong side. Unselfishly looking for who he could pass to, which is man in this case, wide open in the corner. Bad pass. Good catch. Good regroup. Shot. Hardaway, you got to get tighter on that. You see man give him a little quick fake right there, which separated him even further. All right, we got Luka on the rebound. Fast break, 3-on-2. This is as guaranteed as it's going to get. Pass, good extra pass. I love when players are not selfish. Yeah, Green could have went up, but he made the unselfish pass to avoid getting blocked. Good job. Next play, we got Harden coming up. See the full court press from PJ. I like that. I don't like that, though. No one in sight to help. No one in sight. Where's Westbrook's man at to help? Luka, of course. The usual suspect, man. Come on. Very frustrating on defense. And now you got your man wide open. The screen was unnecessary. Your man's wide open. Come on, Luka. Terrible defense. Of course, he's going to do his job on offense. We already know that. So, but let's see. What does he do? He goes around to the wing. Plumlee's out of position on his heel while Luka's already in the shooting motion. We already know what's happening there. Got to get on Plumlee. In the modern NBA, we got to not be thinking like old school big man. Don't worry about the rim at this point. No one's there. Got to get on the guy. Use your height. All right, we got Harden. Got some space between him and Luka. For the fact that it's Luka, I want Luka all on him. I don't care if it's 30 feet out. You need to be all on Harden. You got a bad track record of letting guys get past you and allowing them to do whatever they want. So I'd rather him get a little further on than Harden. Harden actually gives him a gift by stopping for some reason. But it looks like they wanted to run a play. So he got it to Plumlee, who throws a nice pass in to George. Great cut, great pass. Good play. This was just bad awareness and reaction all around. PJ was out of position, allowed that big gap. Kyrie kind of allowed it too, even though I can't really fault Kyrie. He's actually helping way away from his man here. So I blame PJ on that one. That's PJ's man. All right, we got Paul looking to drive to his weak side. He's successful, pulls up over the smaller Hardaway. That's easy money. Hardaway can't do a lot there other than maybe get a body on him. All right, we got a little clogged up play over here. Looks like Kyrie. They push him out to the three-point line and stops his dribble, but you got a rough situation here. You got Westbrook responsible for two men on the perimeter. Where's the help? Again, Plumlee playing old school basketball. Why are you in the paint? No one's there. It's 5 out, 5 guys above the perimeter. I mean, decent closeout by Harden. You saw he got a little nervous because he shuffled his feet there. You got to get the hand up a little earlier. He actually jumped before his hand got up, which was just reflex. I can't fault him there. But you got to be up on Luka way earlier than that. It's almost like a Spider-Man meme because these guys are notorious for bad defense throughout their history, guarding each other. And that's all day for Luka. Harden's got the ball. Paul goes up, but then immediately cuts in. Not terrible for Luka. He gets back. I can't be too mad at Luka for that. That was pretty good. Hand in the face. He just gave him too much space. There it goes. There's the scene of the crime and the evidence we were looking for. Too much space. And in this instance, an inch is too much space. Got to get closer. Kleber's there just in case he decides to drive. I mean, Kleber's kind of irrelevant here. This is all Luka's assignment. And you see that point in the game, Dallas was making a decent run to cut the lead down, but Clippers are just too far ahead. We got Paul here with a soft double team. Man, wide open, bad pass, but man, so open it doesn't even matter. I can't fault Exum for having two guys under his care. He can't do too much there. Maybe he could just close out harder on man, since you see clearly he's got the ball. And then instinctive, and then with good basketball IQ, Kyrie's got to close out on his open man in the corner. But that's asking a lot. Luka's got the ball, goes in, stops, switches direction, gets Zubats off balance, steps back, plenty of space to do whatever he wants there. Takes the shot, it's in. Harden against Luka. See George fake the screen. Luka almost falls because he's assuming it's gonna happen, but nope. Harden could have passed that to George to get a nice play going, but decided to take the three, which, you know, he's got it. No problem there. Decent closeout from PJ using his height, but nothing you can do. And then last but not least, we got George. One-on-one, isolation, bunch of dribbling. Why not? You earned it. Y'all up 20. Game's over. Game's out of reach. Step back. Had the stats. So the moral of this game is to not leave your guy with any space at all, particularly when you're guarding good three-point shooters. The help defense has to recognize the mismatch and help cover for the open guy. And when I say help defense, I mean the first and second line of help defense. The first helper is responsible for the balls man. The second helper is responsible for the first helper's man. And then you start that circle of responsibility. For game 2, I hope that Coach Kidd talks to Luka, gets him a little more motivated on defense, because to me, that was the difference in this game. These 20-plus point leads throughout fall directly on Luka's shoulders. Luka gave up a lot of baskets, and it wasn't just a guy shooting over him. It was him leaving guys open, allowing for open lanes, allowing for guys to drive by him. That can't happen if the Mavs are looking to win this thing.